Good morning, friends. Today we are going to start. Next chapter is the properties of the pure substance. So, what is mean about the pure substance, and what are the state of a, or what is the meaning of the state of a substance? That first we'll see. So, after that we'll see pure substance, and after that we'll see phase transformations at constant pressures and formations of the steams. So, as you know, as you know, um, for waters you can, if you are considering as a waters, so having a three state, that is solid, liquid and gases. So in the solid state, the volume of the water is greater as compared to liquids, and the bonding between the solid state is more stronger as compared to liquid, and bonding of the liquid is more stronger as compared to gases. So in the gases, the bonding above the water particles is less, and that goes away from each others. So for any materials, so the energy that depends on its temperatures. Even though is at rest conditions, the molecules having the random motions, and according to the temperatures, we can measure its energy at rest conditions also. If for any materials, its temperature is 0 degree or 0 kelvins, so that indicates that material is the dead materials, because there is no any movement of the materials, means movement of the atoms or molecules, means electrons etc, there is no any movements, so that is called as a dead materials. And if the temperatures miss, that indicates that material is the having some of the strength, otherwise that will is no strength. So in the, if mixture of the solid plus or liquid plus gases, so that is our called as steam. So if the mixture of the liquid particle and gases, that is called as a steam. And if the minute particles of the minute water particle homogeneous, so this is homogeneous minute particles with and gases, this is called as vapor. So this is as per the considerations of the water or miss water, which is in the miss above saturated temperatures above the steams, and that is the mixture of the water particles and gases, means that is in the vapor form, that is called as a vapors. So this is state, means the state is the solid state, liquid state, and state is the gases. These are the three stages. Means three state: solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. So next is the pure substance. So which substance are called as pure substance? We already studied which substance are called as a pure substance. Which substance? So if the chemical composition doesn't change during heating or cooling, during change of phase also. that is called as a pure substance, because its chemical composition doesn't change. So water we can call as a pure substance, because it's a chemical composition that is not be changed during the solid state, during the liquid state, or during the gaseous state. Means what may be the chemical composition, that remains same. Against you can call as a pure, means here this is not a pure substance, but pure hydrogens that can become say uh, pure substance, or we can call as a nitrogens, oxygens are called as a pure substance. So now you can understand what is the meaning of the pure substance. So in these chapters we will study properties of the vapors. So what are the properties of the vapors? Means that is related with the steams, or that may be related with the other substance also, that may be refrigerants that is used in the refrigerators or air conditioning systems. So first we will see phase transformations at constant pressures. At constant pressure. So as you know, phase transformations means that is solid to liquid or liquid to gas. How that transformations. Suppose this is pressure on temperatures versus enthalpy, and these lines represent saturated. This is saturated liquid line, and this is saturated vapor line. So in the left hand sides, this is I have drawn, this is for general. So before that we will study this is the phase transformations. So how the phase transformations. First I will mark important points. This is A point, B point, C point, D point, E point, and F point. So this is B to C is solid plus liquid. This is solid point, and this is our liquid L, and this is mixture of the liquid plus vapor, and this region is the vapor regions. First I will mark each points. This is minus 10 degree centigrade. This is 0 degree centigrade. and this is 100 degrees centigrade, and this is F point is the superheated. This point is the superheated, and this is dry saturated steam. This is vaporization. This is boiling point. And this is, you can call as a melting point. This point is the melting point. Now, what is the meanings? This is try to understand. So at A points, this conditions above the this is in the ice form. This solid means these regions. This is indicates solid regions. So at A points, this is the 10 degree centigrade. 10 degree centigrade is the temperatures above the ice. This is the temperatures of ice at 10 degree centigrade, and at constant pressures, that is atmospheric pressures. So this heat A to B represent sensible heat require to melt, require to rise the temperature of ice up to melting point. And this means melting point is the 0 degree centigrade, and this you can means we can calculate Cp, specific heat of the ice. T is the temperatures, means at this is 0 degree centigrade suppose, and T is the at minus 10 degree centigrade. So by using this, or otherwise you can calculate, this is TB minus TA. By using these equations, you can calculate how much is the sensible heat requires to change, or requires for up to the liquids means at A points conditions above the ice, that is in ice form. At B points also conditions above the ice, that is in the ice form. So from B points, here change means transformations above the change means that is from solid to liquids. So here change starts from solid to liquids. Suppose we are at middle points, means at 0 degree centigrade at the mid points at B, C. So that indicates 50% amount of the this is in the ice form, 50% is in the liquid forms. So this heat is this horizontal lines represent the latent heat, and inclined line represent the sensible heat. Try to understand this. So what is mean of the sensible heat and what is the mean of the latent heat? Sensible heat means the amount of the heat requires to change means not change, so that remains in the, so water may be the phase that solid to solid only, but how amount of the heat requires per degree centigrade to rise the temperatures, means to rise the heat, that heat is called as sensible heat. So here without sensible heat means increment in hotness without change of its phase, means phase remains constant and additions above the heat and decreasing above the heat, that is called as a sensible heat. Latent heat means, so what is the meaning of the latent heat? So here at constant temperature, additions of heat and subtractions of heat are called as latent heat. So try to understand this. So latent heat means at constant temperatures, so change of the phase from one phase to the another phase, so such type of the heat are called as latent heat. And sensible heat means without change of the phase, additions above the heat and subtractions above the heat, that are called as a sensible heat. So this is the sensible heat. So this heat is the A to B is the sensible heat, and this is in this state, this is in the solid state, and after that from B to C, change of phase means from A point, B points change of phase from starting of B point and change in liquid form at C point. So at C point, this is the change of the phase from solid to liquids. So at this here, this is in the liquid form, and at B points this is in solid form. Here also at A solid forms, and here in this means in the left hand side this is solid form. In these regions B to C, this region is the solid to solid plus mixture of the solid plus liquids, and this temperature is the 0 degree centigrade. As you know, 0 degree centigrade is the melting point of the ice, and further if we are adding the heat, so that heat is the sensible heat, C to D. Again sensible heat is to be add up to 100 degree centigrade, because 100 degree centigrade is the boiling point of the waters, means up to D points this is 100 degree centigrade. So this region is the indicates liquid regions, means up to D points, this is completed in the liquid state, and this is the boiling points, or you can this is the boiling point, or you can call as a saturated points. Now at D to E points, so from D points, because at the D points that is the saturated liquid points, So from that D points, D to C, change up of the phase from liquid to vapors. So that starts. So here's change up of the phase starts from liquid. So that's why this region is the liquid plus vapor. So at this means this is the latent heat of the vaporizations. This heat are called as D to E, are called as latent heat of vaporization. This is specific heat of the ice. This is equal to 2.1 kilojoule per kg. B to C, this is the change of the phase, and this is equal to 335 kilojoule per kg of heat requires for change of the phase from solid to liquids. The heat is required for 1 kg of the ice, that is 335 kilojoule, and from C to D, so this heat you can calculate by using CP, specific heat of the waters. This is equal to 4.185 multiplied by, and this is TD minus TC or CPW. So this is 100 degree centigrade minus 0 degree centigrade. So you can calculate this heat is the at atmospheric pressures. So pressure is the atmospheric pressures. If the pressure is increased above the atmospheric pressures, boiling point that increase above 100 degree centigrade. Suppose is the 10 kg is the 10 bar is the pressures, means boiling points may be shifted 102, 103, 104. So that is given in the steam tables. So this is the boiling point, D is the boiling points. Now against D to E, and this is the latent heat of the vaporizations. So here from D points, vaporization starts, means convergence of the liquid to vapor state, that starts from D points, and at E points complete convergence of the liquid means waters, that is change liquid to at E points and in the vapor forms. So this is means at E points, this is the dry saturated vapors. So at E point, these vapors are called as dry saturated vapors. And if the mixture of the liquid plus steams, this is called wet steam. Such type of the steams are called as a wet steams. If the mixture of the because this is means greater than means 100 to I think means up to 150 or 150 degrees centigrade, that steam is the wet steams. After that dry saturated steams, and after that superheated state, superheated steams. From E point, here's again see increasing of the additions of the heat in the that is steams. So that steams goes in the superheated forms. So here from E points superheating starts, means up to F points. So these temperatures may be 400 degrees centigrade are corresponding to, and I think for atmospheric temperatures this may be so this is not given in the books, but this temperatures is the superheated regions, means this region is the vapor regions. So this is in the pure vapor forms, means in the gaseous form. So this region is the liquid plus vapors. This region is the only liquid, and this is solid plus liquid. Try to understand this phase transformations at constant pressures. Means at constant pressures means this constant pressure is nothing but atmospheric pressure. These pressures we are considering for understanding purpose by keeping this. This is atmospheric pressures. At atmospheric pressures, minus 10 degrees centigrade is the temperatures above the ice. So if we are heating, if we are providing heat, and that is 2.1 into 10 degrees centigrade, means 21 kilojoule amount of the heat is given from A to B. Means at B points, the ice at B points in the pure ice forms, but that is change means this is 0 degree centigrade, and from B points starts change up of the phase from solid to liquids. B to C, this is the latent heat above of the ice. So this heat is equal to 335. So this is means from 10 degree centigrade to 100% in the liquid forms we requires heat is the this is 2.1 into 10, so this 21 kilojoule plus 21 plus 335, this is equal to 346 kilojoule per kg heat is requires, means up to comes from 10 degree centigrade to at C point, and from C points, so this is up to C point. This is clear? 346 kilojoule per kg. Further increment of the heat means this is 346 plus now specific heat of the waters, this is CPW into 100 degree centigrade minus 0 degree centigrade. So that's why 346 plus now this is 4.185 and 100 minus 0 degree centigrade. So this is 346 plus 418, and this is equal to this much is the amount of the heat requires, means up to boiling of the water means 100 degree centigrade. And further this is the latent heat of the vaporizations. So this is not given in the books. So how much is the latent heat of the vaporizations requires, but this is I think greater than 335 kilojoule per kg, because this span is more. And after that amount of the heat requires against, and that is the sensible heat. Now you understand phase transformations at constant pressures. Try to understand A to B sensible heat which is required for ice, means to change means from change means up to B points, but this is in the 100% in the solid state. From B to C change of the phase from solid to liquid, this is the, that's why this is mixture of the solid and liquids. From C to D convergence of the means from C point, means at C points 100% in the liquid state. So that's why this under this lines represent liquid state regions. And after that from D to E points, so this is the latent heat of the vaporizations. So that's why this is the mixture of the liquid plus vapors. And after that means at E points complete convergence of the liquid into the vapor forms, and from vapor forms against if additions of the heat the steams that is goes in the superheated forms. At E points that represent dry saturated vapor states. Now you understand what is the phase transformations. So next article is the representations, because in these chapters we are generally studying the substance as a waters, means the waters, and that is in the means related with the steams, because steam is very important because steams requires in the to run the turbines in the thermal power plant and in the boilers for different purpose, means for the heating up of the products, means that is in the paper mills etc. So that's why we only generally focus on the formations of the steams or related with the properties of the steams, and in some of the cases we'll see some of the properties with the others type of the vapors also. So next is the temperature enthalpy diagram for temperature enthalpy diagram for steam. So according to the pressures, this is temperature versus enthalpy. So this is saturated liquid line and this is saturated vapor line. This is saturated liquid line and this is saturated vapor line, and the saturated liquid lines and saturated vapor lines both are meet at the points, that points are called as critical point. That point are called as a critical points. So here's I'll draw this is C point, this is C, this is D, this is F, and this is C1, D1, E1, F1, C2, D2, E2, F2. This pressure is the 1 bar, means atmospheric pressures. This is for 5 bar and this is for 50 bar. And this is M and N line and RS T. This lines is the R S T lines. 1 bars below the hairs. Again hairs is above below the 1 bars. This is 1 lines. So that is for triple point lines. Now try to understand C to D. C to D. So this region is the in the left hand side. This region is the liquid region. This region is the liquid regions, and in between these curves, so this region is the liquid plus vapor regions, and in the right hand side this is in the superheated form, superheated vapor form. Try to understand this. So this C to D, and this is in the liquid forms, D to E, and this is at 1 bar, C to D, and this is in the liquid, D to E, this is the mixture of the liquid plus vapors, and at E point this is the saturated, otherwise D to D1, D2, this is saturated. If we are joining D1s, D2, so this is represent, or these curves represent saturated liquid line, and E1 and E2, this is saturated vapor line, and this is saturated vapor lines. So this is for 1 bar and this is for 5 bars and this is 50 bars, and this C point is the critical points. So from critical points, so where is the there is no any latent heat is required, critical points. So without latent heat, change of phase from liquid to vapor, and this is critical point. Means when we are goes towards critical points, so this latent heat is requires is if we are observing this curve here at 1 bars, more latent heat is required. At 5 bars, less latent heat is required. At 550 bars, less latent heat is required as compared to 5 bar or as compared to 1 bars. For 5 bars, less latent heat is required as compared to 1 bars. Means the pressure decrease on the surface of the waters, that requires less amount of the latent heat. Now that is having means the we should provide more amount of the heats for 1 bars, for 5 bars less, again for 50 bars this is very less. So this critical points or critical temperature or critical pressure, I think 400 something, this is the critical pressures, this is 221.2 bar, this is the critical pressures, and critical temperature is the I think 400 something, 300. So critical, this is pressures, and Tc equal to 374.15 degrees centigrade, this is the critical temperatures, and corresponding critical vapors equal to, and this is the specific volumes 0.00037 meter cube per kg, 317, and this is equal to 317. So what we can conclude by observing this temperatures versus enthalpy diagrams? If we are going towards the critical points, means if the pressure is increasing, that requires less amount of the latent heat, and because of the increasing of the pressures, the temperatures that is also increase, and the specific volume of the gas that will increase. So the specific volume that will increase if the rise above the pressure, means rise above the temperature, specific also volumes also increases according to the pressures. So this is at 5 bars and this is 50 bars. So now I think you understand temperature sources enthalpy diagrams for the streams C to D, and this is C1 to D1s, and this is corresponding to pressures. So this is liquid, this is liquid, this is liquid, and this is the liquid plus vapor, this is liquid plus vapor, this is liquid plus vapors, and this is in the superheated form, superheated steams. So at E2 points, E1s corresponding to pressures, these points represent saturated vapors, E1 saturated vapors corresponding to 5 bars, E saturated vapors corresponding to pressures above the steam, that is 1 bar, here's for 5 bars, and this D1, D points represent saturated liquid lines corresponding to pressures 1 bar, temperatures 0 degree centigrade. Here D to E This is against 0 degree centigrade. Try to understand this. So at 5 bars, these temperatures maybe increase, because this is temperatures increase. This means saturated liquid points. This is increase at D1s against D2 points, saturated liquid point increase corresponding to 50 bars, means that points above 0 degree centigrade. So at atmospheric temperatures, means atmospheric pressures, saturated liquid point is 0 degree centigrade, and saturated vapor points is the 100 degree centigrade. So against here, this is increase, boiling points also, this saturated vapor points, this is also increase. Try to understand this. This is saturated liquid lines. So after that, this is convergence. So this is increase. So this is not 0 degree centigrade. So this is at 100 degree centigrade. You can call as this goes, this means at D temperatures. This is in the, because this is liquid lines, 100 degree centigrade. 100 degree, 1 bar and 100 degree centigrade. At D1 points, boiling point increase, so that is above the 100 degree centigrade. And because this D1 and E1s, D1 to E1s, temperature remains constant, because this is D2 D1s, D2 E and D2 E2 also. So this is temperature remains constant. Only additions above the latent heat, which is required for the vaporization purpose. So I think means up to this today's is sufficient. In the next class we will see temperatures versus entropy diagrams and precious PV diagrams for waters, and TS and enthalpy versus entropy diagrams for steams in the next class. So that's why today I stop here, and in the next class we will discuss temperatures versus entropy diagrams and enthalpy versus entropy diagrams, and PV diagrams for waters, that we will see in the next class. And after that some of the phase diagrams, PVT, surface for 2A substance, that we will study, and properties of the steams. So what are the properties of those steams? Means sensible heat or specific enthalpy above the waters, latent heat above the vaporizations, enthalpy above the superheated steam or enthalpy above the dry saturated steams, total enthalpy above the steams, that we will see in the next class. So that's why today I will stop here. Thank you.